your moderator for today. And I'm joined here with Makame Maite and Vanessa Rodriguez. And we're currently located in the Solano College TV studio. And we're going to be talking today about cultural divides and just being a part of two different worlds with two different cultures. And we're going to be talking about being a first generation American, adapting to the American culture, as well as just trying to fit in. So, Vanessa, how do you feel about being a first generation American in your family?
So being a first generation in my family feels like very much a privilege, and also like this pressure and to meet expectations. I feel like there's, of course, your parents gave up a lot for you, like to better your life and to have like a career, and so you can like just like any other first generation American, it feels like this pressure to get this degree, go to college, and succeed in life, and kind of just like make your parents proud to just be like, hey, I did it. I did it for everyone, and your sacrifices were worth it. But then there's like the pressures of you're the only one who's starting this. Like maybe not everyone in your family went to college or had the opportunity. Like my family didn't have the opportunity for college or higher education, and so I'm like trying out college for the first time, and so it's like trying to figure out college registration and my pathways to go, and sometimes it can feel like a lot of things, and it's just like, oh, I have this pressure, and it can feel like you want to give up at any instance, or you can't
definitely.
do it. And then you're like, wait, I have like my family, my parents, and their sacrifices. They did all of this for me to be here, so I must push through. So it's like a privilege, and also like very hard work, and to just kind of just meet the expectations while finding yourself and growing and just be like a pro at it.
And like for you, Makame, you coming to this country and like starting to build a future for yourself, like what kind of pressure does that have for you to make, your family proud?
Oh well, like being here without a family, like maybe become like independent very quickly. But having them here is like I represent them all here. Sometimes when it start, because I have almost like nobody, so I don't have someone to call, someone to cry to, and them in my country, they make me some pressure. I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. I understand them. They just want me to succeed. They just want me to become what they were not. What they was not able to be, and I'm really like cool with that. But most of the time, I feel like too much pressure because I don't. At the end of the day, I just want them to be proud of me. I just want them to say that, oh girl, yes, we put everything on you, and you were worth it. I just want them to like the sacrifice they put on, the sacrifice they did to me. I just want to recompense them. In the way that we are all cool. That's my family. At least they're proud of me and everything.
And like personally, like you're so strong, and like from me being in class with you, I'm like, wow, she is gonna be big one day. She's gonna be an amazing nurse. She's gonna make her family proud. And like for me, with my father, he was kind of in the position as you. He came here when he was 17 years old, and he had to learn how to just survive. But at the same time, when it comes to me trying to bond with him and like talk about college and stuff like that, it's difficult because he doesn't understand like, the whole process of getting scholarships, signing up for registration, how expensive just like textbooks are. And I really want to make him proud for the sacrifice he did for his family to come here and build a life and build a future for me. So I feel for both of you guys. Like I understand there's so much stress on just trying to build a life and a career for yourself, but also you want to make the people that sacrifice so much for you proud. So yeah, that is just so amazing about being a first generation. It's so stressful, but let's discuss the hardship of just trying to adapt to the American culture. For me personally, it it's definitely been a shock with being raised in an American household as well as a Peruvian household. Like I brought up before, just dealing with my dad always being like, "Oh, I did this for you. I had to go through all this. I didn't have a house when I first got here. I had to work, low-paying jobs. I didn't have a car." And so hearing his struggles, it's like, wow, coming to America and trying to adapt, it's extremely difficult. And I don't feel like we set up people right when it comes to wanting to come to America to fulfill that American dream. And I will say, Katira Azil, she makes a really great point in her article that she wrote in May 2021 by the California State University. She states that in the months leading up to this desertion, I spent countless hours researching theories, rereading articles, and self-reflecting. I came to the realization that in my entire personal, professional, and academic career, I've never been able to identify with any other person, race, or even theory. Talk about feeling left out. What do you guys think about that? Like, just having to do so much research, not even that can prepare you. Like, how does that make you feel, Magaman?
Adapted to American culture?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was something that was hard, really
I
really
bet.
hard for me, because first of all, like in Africa, because I'm from Africa, like in Africa, everything is completely different from here, really different. Like the culture, the food, social, everything is completely like different. People from here doesn't see things as we see things. It's like two separate ways. And so first of all, when I came here, it was like I was in the other world, to be
Yeah.
honest. Everything was new, and even my English is not even my first language.
Yeah.
So because I speak French, and first of all I have to, because I don't speak. Okay, when I came, I didn't speak English at that time. So all I knew was only French, and I couldn't even ask someone because I don't even know how to pronounce things.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like the culture, how people think, everything was really different.
Yeah.
So I told myself, girl, is that I said, yeah, that's true. Maybe yeah, I'm not from here. I'm not from here. I just came back from my country and everything. But since I'm here, I just need to adapt to the culture.
Yeah.
I just need to do what I have to do to feel like up, to feel, even if I'm like not really into it, like
Yeah.
just like, oh girl, you're here, so you have to do this, that. So I try to adapt to American culture.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I find it fun too.
Yeah.
I learned new things I didn't knew before. Like
Can I just ask you one question? Do you think that there's ever like any amount of research that can prepare you for transitioning
no,
to America? Yeah.
no,
Yeah. That's
no.
beautiful story. Vanessa, you have anything to share?
Well, to adapting to the American culture, firstly would be like learning English. My first language was Spanish, and so just going to school, really just learning English. And now that I think of it, I'm like, I don't know how I did it to learn English. It just
Yeah.
it just kind of clicked.
Yeah, just like the repetitiveness of like going to class and being surrounded by the language, you slowly start to pick up, little words,
And even like one day I told my sister, I said, Mimi, do you think one day I will speak English? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, and so it was kind of like in my house, like in the morning, we would speak like Spanish, and then like I would go outside my house, speak English. Then once I come back into my house, it's like speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like switching between languages and just kind of like learning like more things outside from like my culture and what I'm shown at my house.
Yeah.
Like even the language, like slang in like in a way. It's different like in Spanish, and you can learn like phrases as you go.
Yeah.
Also, cause like you're young, and so you're growing up outside and learning all these phrases. Like right now, understanding like micro trends and like the little phrases such as like 6, 7
Oh
is
gosh,
kind of
yeah.
it's like yeah. So your parents could be like, oh, what's that little doll that everyone keeps like putting on their purses, and you
Yeah.
kind of just have to explain like, oh, it's a trend, you know,
Yeah.
and you're acting kind of like as a bridge between your parents and you and the outside world, American
Yeah,
culture.
like, that having to be like that translator for
Mhm.
your family. Like, I get stressed out so badly because I'm like, what if I mess up and I'm not able to translate what this doctor is saying properly to my dad or my abuela? Like, I could mess up so much stuff. It's so nerve wracking just being the translator. But,
I definitely can agree with that. Like there's like this expectation where like you're going to school, you're learning everything, so like all these complex words you already know. Like one time I remember like an insurance paper came in
Yeah.
the mail, and my parents were like, could you translate this?
And you're like, I don't even understand what it's asking.
Yeah, no,
like, I'm not old enough to understand.
Yeah, no, and it's like all these complex words, and like
Mhm.
this is serious stuff, like it's insurance, and
Yeah.
you're like, hey, it's gonna take me a while.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like, I think we owe money, but I'm not sure. Like, yeah, just trying to adapt to the American culture is definitely a very big change and very stressful. But I would say something that's even more stressful and really can weigh on us is just trying to learn how to adapt, or just trying to learn how to fit in with both of your cultures. So, Vanessa, like, how was it for you trying to balance both your Mexican culture but also your American culture?
Yeah, for the longest time, especially when I was younger, I didn't really like notice it until
Mhm.
like in school. You know, when you like come back from vacation or like any break, we would share like our what we did, and it was just kind of like, oh, I guess we all do different things. I thought we all
Yeah.
kind of like did the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, for example, I know like we celebrate like 4th of July here.
Mhm.
My parents, well, me and my family celebrate it, but
Mhm.
like in the typical way, not really. Like
Yeah.
such as having like sometimes we do have like hot dogs and burgers,
Mhm.
but like most of the time it's like having carne asada with guacamole
Yeah.
and like just celebrating it with like also fireworks, but it's like
Mhm.
different than like
Yeah.
the typical version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and an excellent example um, of this is provided in an article by Cara Carter's July 2024 article in the Folio Weekly, First Generation Children of Immigrants. The journey of self-discovery is uniquely complex. These individuals often find themselves balancing the rich cultural traditions of their families with the expectations and norms of society they live in. And I
Yeah.
could honestly relate to that. It's kind of like, oh, it's like you have both cultures, but you smash it and like celebrate as
Mhm.
you continue life, and kind of just put different aspects of your
Yeah.
culture to that day.
Yeah, no, I really feel for you on that. Like, I've always had struggles with balancing my Hispanic side with my American side of the families. Like with Christmas, on the Hispanic side, Christmas is more of a religious holiday, where on my American side, they're like, we're just here to give presents and like Santa's coming to town. And it's just, I want to keep those values and priorities on Christmas Day of like, oh, this is for my religion, we're celebrating, Jesus. Like, I'm Catholic. I've always been raised to practice Catholicism. But then when I try to bring that into my American side, they're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you eating this type of food? Why are you talking about your religion when it's all about Santa Claus? Like, why are we not listening to Christmas music and like that? And it's been really hard just trying to fit in with both, because obviously I love both my families. And I would never not want to feel like I'm a part of them at all. But I feel like you just gotta learn to like, as long as you're your true self, that's just the most important part. And I don't know if you, Macaman, if you deal with like, having to call your family at home and they're like, what are you doing? Like, we don't do this at home.
Oh yeah. Even sometimes when I talk to my friend in my country, there's like you have changed the way you see things. That really hurt me because really inside of me, I feel like I'm the same person. So I don't understand why most of the time they tell me that I change the way I think everything. Like of course I will change, but it's not because I'm here that will like have an impact or like that will have impact on who I am. I'm still the same girl. I know where I come from and everything. So that really hurt, really hurt. And what I understand is that change doesn't make you lose who you are.
Yeah.
So whatever they said, I'm just like, girl, I'm changing. That really hurt me. That.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fit in both, trying to like tell myself that even if I'm not in my culture anymore, I'm here. So if they celebrate something, I feel like I have to because that helped me like know new thing, new culture, new stuff.
Yeah. Do you still try your best for like in your culture? Do you have like any holidays or like celebrations that we don't celebrate here that you hold on to still?
Yeah. Like right now is Ramadan because I'm Muslim and I'm still fast. Muslim we fast for 1 month.
Yeah.
And I still doing the fast. When there is the holiday, I do everything.
Yeah.
And when there is American holiday too, I'm doing that too.
Yeah.
That doesn't change who I am. That doesn't have any like aspect or anything on my culture, on everything. When I have to pray, I pray. Whatever I'm doing, I know, girl, you're doing this, but don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you're coming from. You know, exactly.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have anything else to share, Vanessa?
Going back to how you said kind of like change doesn't mean kind of like you changed a lot, like accepting the change. It's kind of I think one example is like I know for my playlist it's mostly like in English. There's some Spanish songs, but like I just majority is like English. So like I know it like play some music and it'll be like English.
And they're like,
yeah,
what is this about?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess also kind of like you're also like afraid of losing your other side, that the one that you were born into, and you're like, oh no, I even if sometimes I pronounce something wrong in like the first language I learned, it's like, oh my gosh, no, it's kind of like a scary moment. Like, no, I can't forget both.
Oh yeah, that happened to me too. Oh my god. Even sometimes when I'm speaking in French, and I'm speaking, and I keep forgetting like stuff. I'm so wait, no, I cannot forget this. No, I know.
Yeah, no, I feel like when I'm talking, I'm always. Sometimes I'm like accidentally saying something in Spanish to someone that does not understand it, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on, let me tell you in English. Or vice versa, like if I'm at work and stuff, I'm like, someone's asking me to speak Spanish, but I accidentally start speaking English. I'm like, wait a second, stop, reverse. But something I wanted to talk about again is, you said that change doesn't define who you are. And I just find that so beautiful to say. Like, I feel like a lot of people really need to understand that change doesn't define who you are. It's okay to, like, if you don't feel comfortable doing one thing, to start doing another thing. It's just really the important thing is, and sometimes you gotta learn this the hard way, is if someone can't love you for who you are and the things that you value, the things you prioritize, then maybe they're not the right people to be around. And I just think the three of us, we really show in our family how important it is to just be our true, authentic self. And with that, we are done for today. Thank you for watching. We just discussed cultural divide. We discussed being a first generation American, adapting to the American culture, as well as just trying to fit in all along, and just not losing yourself. And thank you again, Vanessa Mackaman, for sharing your stories. And I hope you out there can resonate with what we had to talk about today. Thank you.